Good day people, Dalen here, and I welcome you back to LEGO Batman the video game. 1 year ago, I made a basic techniques guide for speedrunners, and as expected, it didn't age very well, therefore it deserves a little update. In this video you'll see a bunch of new techniques that we use in both story and free play categories. I will focus purely on how to perform those tricks and the contents behind them. You will see some examples, but I will not guide you through every level or every spot where we use them. Think of it more as of a showcase of the construction blocks that make up every run of this game. You know, a teach a man to fish type of school. One more thing I want you to know is that the old video is outdated, yes, but with the exception of category names, all the things said there are still valid and true, so go watch that video as well. The timestamps to the most important parts are in its description. Some of you may know that speedrunning is a process that goes beyond pure skill and gameplay. You also need to have some knowledge on how the game works. So, as I said a year ago, LEGO games are designed for controllers, and my first advice would be to play using one. Doesn't matter which one, as long as it has 2 analog sticks you're good to go. You will need them for the newest set of tricks that use camera manipulation. I mean, unless you can somehow control both the character and the camera on the keyboard. In that case, hats off to you. A thing that came up in the comments to one of my videos is the unbeatable loading times of the current world record. There is a load remover available for this game. If your hardware isn't built by NASA, I suggest you try it out. I can assure you that if anyone ever manages to beat the loadless world record, there will be changes in how we time the game. I don't really want to repeat myself on how to shorten the loading times. Preloading, save cancelling and the level selection pointers are explained rather well in the old video, so if you haven't yet, go watch that one and come back here. I already mentioned the camera manipulation, and so I introduce a newly discovered set of tricks that exploits dropping in player 2. Before this wave of new finds, we only used P2 drop-ins to teleport the other character to us. But now it turns out that we can actually exploit the mechanic to access unplayable areas and transition spots. By default, when you decide to drop in player 2, it will always spawn on your right side, which in itself allows us to skip the entire Batmobile level, for example. But if you keep player 2 out of your sight and start playing around with the camera, you can force the game to spawn player 2 somewhere else. When it comes to finding player 2 skips, things get a bit complicated, because everything depends on the category you're running. In free play, you can drop in player 2 anytime and anywhere, while in story things aren't so colorful. Characters need to be on the same level, there must be no gaps or solid walls blocking the way. That is why, for example, Robin won't teleport to you in this section of 1-2 unless you build a bridge for him first. It is widely known that the first couple of LEGO games aren't exactly perfect. Lots of shortcuts, illusions, non-existent walls, messy hitboxes and untested mechanics. All of those can be exploited, and example of such exploit are Batarang clips. You see, when you take Batarang out, you actually clip a few units into the ground. And as you can imagine, things can get pretty broken thanks to that. This trick is very easy, all you need to do is find those spots with messy hitboxes, hold the attack button and watch as magic happens. In some weird spots, the Batarang can warp us up. Why those work is a mystery, but we suspect it might be a weird result of us trying to downwarp and some objects trying to prevent clipping by pushing us out. It usually happens when the character is above or below the very edge of a platform. In free play, in those same spots you can warp up by switching characters, which is actually much easier because you need to stand on somewhat solid ground to take the Batarang out, Switching characters has no such limitations. Switch Slam Jump is actually connected to Upwarps and is the direct successor of the Freeze Flight. Just like Freeze Flight before it, Switch Slam Jump allows you to gain infinite height and combine that with the extended flight. Thanks to that, we can reach spots normally unreachable with just gliding or extended gliding. The concept is to perform a slam, switch characters, and repeat. The slam animation makes you go up a couple of units, and switching characters resets this animation but allows you to keep the gain height. By repeatedly performing this, we can go up to the skybox and beyond. If you look at my input map, there is a lot going on, but we can slow everything down and break the trick into 3 learning parts. First, we learn how to quickly perform a slam jump. Easy enough, double jump and attack. Right after attacking, we switch characters. Left or right bumper is up to preference. That is the most basic SSJ. To go higher, we need to go back to the glide suit and repeat the whole process, all while being up in the air. While learning the trick, I actually found it most difficult to concentrate and stop mashing the buttons mindlessly. I would switch characters way too fast, not allowing the glide and slam animations to complete. It may take some time to master this trick, but in the end it all comes down to being mindful of what you're doing. Soon enough you'll find yourself in a rhythm of glide slam switch. It can be frustrating at times, but once muscle memory kicks in, you'll be able to perform this woken up in the middle of the night. For this trick you will obviously need the slam upgrade for Batman's glide suit, available to buy once you collect the red brick in 1-5. For some reason when you close your game, the upgrades deactivate, so every time you load your save file you'll have to go for a ride up the elevator to activate it again. I always forget to do that, so I thought it was worth a mention. While you're there, don't forget to kill Alfred. I mentioned Freeze Flight. Recently we got a confirmation from a former TT dev that this trick works because in some weird series of events, forward momentum of the character changes to upward momentum, hence the ascension. The more you know. Before you click away, I want you to do one thing, and that is to go visit Loss on YouTube. Loss helped me a lot with the production of this video. He is an amazing glitch hunter and runner of most categories of this game. If we find anything new for LEGO Batman, there is a big chance he will be the first to update you, so go subscribe to him. As always, if you're interested in speedrunning this or any other LEGO game, join the LEGO Speedrunning Discord server, link to which is in the description. Everyone's welcome in the community, we'll be very happy to answer your questions and get you started on running your favorite game. If this video helped you in any way, leave a thumbs up so that more people can find it easier. Thanks for watching and good luck with your runs.